The history of a nation is not only a story of significant events and milestones, but also a long journey of changes, challenges, and key moments that have shaped its identity and cultural heritage. France, one of the oldest and most influential civilizations in the world, has gone through a continuous process of development, with notable marks in politics, art, science, and society. From early encounters with ancient civilizations to great revolutions, and from triumphs to historical defeats, each phase of France's history tells its own unique story. To better understand the power, influence, and the path France has taken to become the nation it is today, we must look back at the key landmarks in its history. From prehistoric times, the land that is now France was home to hunter-gatherer groups. Later, Celtic tribes became the dominant population from around the first millennium before Christ. By the 2nd century before Christ, the Romans began annexing southern Gaul, and Julius Caesar's Gallic Wars brought the entire region under Roman control, transforming it into a province of the Roman Empire. Under Roman rule, a Gallo-Roman culture emerged, with cities, roads, and Roman law spreading throughout the land. As the Roman Empire weakened in the 4th–5th centuries after Christ, Gaul experienced waves of invasions and migrations. By the late 5th century, Clovis I, king of the Franks, united most of Gaul and became the first major ruler of the Frankish kingdom. His conversion to Roman Catholicism strengthened ties with the Church and the Romanized population. In the following centuries, the Merovingian dynasty declined, giving way to the Carolingians. Charlemagne expanded the Frankish realm across much of Western Europe and was crowned Emperor of the Romans in 800 by the Pope, reviving the imperial tradition in the West. After his death, the empire was divided, and the Treaty of Verdun split it into 3 parts. West Francia evolved into the foundation of modern France. In 987, Hugh Capet was elected king, founding the Capetian dynasty, which ruled France for centuries. During the Middle Ages, the French monarchy remained relatively weak, while feudal lords held great power. Viking raids devastated much of northern France in the 9th and 10th centuries, but some Norse settlers, under Rollo, were granted Normandy in exchange for defending against further incursions. Over time, the Capetians consolidated royal authority. By the 12th and 13th centuries, kings like Philip II Augustus had defeated England's holdings in France and strengthened the monarchy. French nobles were deeply involved in the Crusades, with leaders like Godfrey of Bouillon establishing Crusader states in the Levant. This reinforced France's influence in Europe and the wider Mediterranean world. The late Middle Ages were marked by the 100 Years' War between France and England. Initially, the English gained the upper hand, but the French, inspired by Joan of Arc's leadership, eventually reclaimed their lands. The French victory helped foster a sense of national identity and solidified the monarchy's role. In the 15th and 16th centuries, France embraced the Renaissance, with monarchs like Francis I patronizing the arts and learning, bringing artists such as Leonardo da Vinci to France. Yet this period was also torn apart by the Protestant Reformation. Calvinist Protestantism spread widely, leading to violent clashes between Catholics and Huguenots. The wars of religion culminated in the late 16th century. After years of bloodshed, Henry of Navarre, a Protestant, ascended the throne as Henry IV. To end the strife, he converted to Catholicism and issued the Edict of Nantes in 1598, granting limited tolerance to Protestants and bringing peace to the realm. The Bourbon dynasty established France as a powerful centralized monarchy. Louis XIII and especially Louis XIV embodied absolutism. Louis XIV reigned for over 70 years, building the Grand Palace of Versailles as a symbol of royal authority and magnificence. He expanded France's influence through wars and diplomacy, while French culture and language became dominant across Europe. However, this absolute monarchy also sowed seeds of discontent, as Enlightenment thinkers like Voltaire and Montesquieu began challenging royal authority and advocating for liberty and reason. By the late 18th century, France faced economic crisis, heavy taxation, and social inequality. In 1789, revolution erupted with the storming of the Bastille. The monarchy collapsed, Louis XVI was executed, and the First French Republic was declared in 1792. Radical reforms swept away feudal privileges, but the revolution also unleashed the Reign of Terror, with thousands executed. In this turmoil, Napoleon Bonaparte rose to prominence. In 1799, he seized power, and by 1804 declared himself Emperor Napoleon I. He reorganized the French state, codified laws in the Napoleonic Code, and expanded France into a continental empire. Yet his ambitions led to disastrous defeats, most notably in Russia, and his final defeat at Waterloo ended the First Empire. France oscillated between monarchy, empire, and republic throughout the 19th century. The Bourbon monarchy was restored but overthrown again in the July Revolution of 1830, replaced by King Louis Philippe. The Revolution of 1848 toppled him, leading to the Second Republic, soon replaced by the Second Empire under Napoleon III. Napoleon III modernized Paris and pursued economic growth, but his reign ended in defeat during the Franco-Prussian War. Captured at Sedan, he lost his throne, and the Third Republic was proclaimed. France ceded Alsace-Lorraine to Germany, but the Republic endured, modernizing education, expanding its colonial empire, and navigating crises like the Dreyfus Affair, which highlighted divisions over nationalism, secularism, and anti-Semitism. In World War I, France fought alongside Britain and Russia against Germany and its allies. The Western Front devastated northern France, but France emerged victorious, though at enormous human cost. World War II was catastrophic. In 1940, France was swiftly defeated by Nazi Germany. The country was divided, with northern France under German occupation and southern France under the collaborationist Vichy regime. Resistance movements, both internal and led by Charles de Gaulle abroad, kept the fight alive. Liberation came in 1944 with Allied landings and French resistance efforts, restoring France's independence. After 1945, France struggled with political instability. The Fourth Republic rebuilt the economy with Marshall Plan aid, but was weakened by colonial wars, especially in Indochina and Algeria. The Algerian crisis brought Charles de Gaulle back to power, who founded the Fifth Republic with a new constitution in 1958, strengthening presidential authority. De Gaulle positioned France as an independent global power. He pursued nuclear weapons, withdrew from NATO's integrated command, and emphasized French leadership in Europe. Subsequent presidents, from Georges Pompidou to François Mitterrand and Jacques Chirac, carried France through modernization, European integration, and global diplomacy. France remains a pillar of Europe and the world. It is a permanent member of the United Nations Security Council, a nuclear power, and a leader in the European Union. With its rich cultural legacy, global language, fashion, cuisine, and art, France continues to shape world culture. From the Celtic Gauls and the Roman province of Gaul, through the monarchy, the Revolution, Napoleon's empire, and the republics, France has been central to Europe's history. Today, as the Fifth Republic, it stands as a modern democracy, a cultural beacon, and a global power, carrying forward a legacy shaped by centuries of triumphs and struggles.